Good evening. I'm solicitor Mahmun Kaderi. আপনাদের মাঝে আসছি ছোট্ট একটি আপডেট নিয়ে। Hopefully, this update will give you motor-related offense, or if you have been disqualified for driving offense, that will be helpful. As example, whatever the reason, if you are disqualified from the driving and you want to reduce your disqualification, I will tell you the procedure, how to do it. There is a specific sections, and that sections clearly says that how to do that. I will tell you exactly which section, and if you look at that one, and that will give you a clear pictures, and definitely you have to go to the same court with this application. I want to say that Traffic Offenders Act, sections 42. If you look at that one, it clearly says that subject to the provisions of this section, a person who by an order of a court is disqualified may apply to the court by which the order was made to remove the disqualification. And if I read out paragraph 2, subsection 2, on any such application, the court may, as it thinks proper, having regarded to A, the character of the person disqualified and conduct subsequent to the order, the nature of the offense, and any other circumstances of the case, either by the order remove the disqualification as from such date as may be specified in the order to refuse the application. No application shall be made under subsection 1 above for the removal of a disqualification before expirations of whichever is relevant to the following period from the relevant date. So listen carefully this part. A, 2 years if the disqualification is for less than 4 years, disregarding any extension period. B, 1/2 of the period of disqualification, disregarding any extension period if the disqualification is disregarding any extension period for less than 10 years but not less than 4 years. 5 years in any other cases, and in determining the expirations of the period after which under the subsections a person may apply for the removal of disqualifications any time after the conviction during which the disqualification was suspended or he was not disqualified shall be disregarded. Let me explain you more clearly. Just I read out the section, and if I go through little bit more detail how to do it, that will give you a clear picture. Okay, I mentioned you of the sections 42 of the Road Traffic Offender Act. I already clarify you what the section says. Now, if you want to apply to reduce your disqualification term, so what you have to do, being a disqualified from the driver definitely can severely limit your life in many ways and beyond the inconvenience of being unable to drive. And reobtaining your license may be of a critical importance. For example, you may have been prevented from taking up employment opportunities due to your ban. You may need to drive because you are a carer for a family member, or B, you have a disability that makes driving your only available method of the transportation. Fortunately, there may be a way for you to reduce the term of your driving disqualification, enabling you to get back on the road faster than you originally thought. The process involved applying to the relevant court during the term of disqualifications to the request that term be shortened. So I will outline the process, including what kind of reason the court will require before accepting your request. So I already explained to you, definitely you are looking for the job and your driving license is very important, or you've been offered a job and the driving license is very crucial for the nature of the job. Or you are a carer of a family member, definitely, or a disabled person, and your driving or driving license, if not available, then the transportations of that person could be difficult. So first thing first, if you want to reduce the disqualification, you have to be qualified for that one, because if your disqualification is less than 2 years, then you are not eligible for this route. As example, if your disqualification is more than 2 years, you have to spend at least 2 years. Then roughly you are disqualified for 30 months. If you apply before or after 24 months, explaining the above grounds, the court will consider your application. And if the court consider your application, then you will come back to the road. Sometimes you have to retest, definitely, if the license has been revoked. And or if you do have a repeated offense, then they can't revoke your license. And when you make the application, court will definitely want to see that what the nature of the offense and any other circumstance of the case, acceptable reasons as follows. You are being prevented from obtaining employment. You cannot get a promotion at work. You need to assist family members who require care and extra support. You want to take part in a charitable work. You need to visit family members such as the children who live far away. You need to drive due to personal mobility issues. You will need to set out your reason for getting the disclosure of your reduce in writing and submit it to the court along with any evidence in support of your case. Then the court will consider all the information and supporting documents and make a decision about whether to reduce your ban. If it's accepted your reason, the court can lift the ban immediately or on a specific date in the future. They will tell the DVLA that the ban has been lifted, but you will still need to reapply for your driving license. And you can do this during the disqualification period, so you can start driving again as soon as the ban is lifted, depending on the offense committed and the length of the time you have been driving. You may need to retake your driving test. If the court does not accept your reason, you must wait at least 3 months before applying again. And yes, then you should go back to the same court and there will be a hearing to consider your application. And it is always good idea that you attend having a specialist driving offense solicitor by your side, so that also be beneficial They can explain the proceeding and make representation on your behalf and help pursue the magistrate or judge in your favor. So now I will tell you what is the difference between application to reduce your disqualification and appeal. If you believe that you were wrongly convicted of a driving offense, or the sentence is too harsh and the ban is too long, you may be able to appeal your ban to the Crown Court as soon as you are convicted, rather than accepting the ban and waiting until you can apply to have it. You must make your appeal within 21 days of your sentencing. If your appeal is successful, the court may overturn your conviction or send the case back to the magistrate court for another hearing. So, I believe that I tried to cover everything and hopefully it was helpful. Let me talk to you in Bengali now. So, those are Bengali listeners, they should understand. সেকশন 42 রোড অফেন্ডার অ্যাক্ট 1988 বলা হয়েছে যে আপনি যদি ডিসকোয়ালিফাইড হন তাহলে কোন কোন ক্ষেত্রে আপনি আপনার এই ডিসকোয়ালিফিকেশনটা রিডিউস করার জন্য অ্যাপ্লিকেশন করতে পারবেন। তো অ্যাটলিস্ট যদি 4 বছর আপনি যদি 2 বছরের বেশি ডিসকোয়ালিফাইড হয়ে থাকেন তাহলে 2 বছর অতিক্রম তো হওয়ার সাথে সাথে এই অ্যাপ্লিকেশনটা করা যায়। আপনাকে অবশ্যই দেখাইতে হয় এই অ্যাপ্লিকেশন করতে গেলে আপনার জব পেতে অসুবিধা হচ্ছে, আপনার ফ্যামিলি অথবা আপনার ফ্যামিলির কেউ কোনো মেম্বারকে আপনি অ্যাসিস্ট করেন, তার কোনো ডিসএবিলিটি আছে, আপনি চ্যারিটেবল ওয়ার্ক করতে চান, আপনার ফ্যামিলি মেম্বার চিলড্রেন ফার হয়েতে থাকে, আপনার যদি নিজস্ব কোনো মোবাইল ইস্যুস থাকে তার জন্য গাড়ি দরকার, এবং এইগুলো যদি আপনি প্রুফ করতে পারেন এবং কোর্ট অলসো দেখে যে আপনার কি সার্কামস্টেন্স ছিল, মূল অফেন্সটা আপনি কি জন্য করেছিলেন, এই সম্পূর্ণ দেখে কোর্ট যদি হ্যাপি হয় তাহলেই আপনাকে তারা এই ব্যানটা লিফট করে দেয়, তখন আপনি আবার নতুন করে টেস্ট করে আবার লাইসেন্স ব্যাক করতে পারেন। Hopefully you like the program. We will come back again. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.